Amen, amen. I don't know what it is, amen, but it's a dead spirit. Amen, but one thing about it, I'm alive. Amen. So that dead spirit, I'm going to look past that. Amen, and enjoy this life that I'm living. Amen. Because I realize something. Today wasn't promised to me. Now, you may act how you want to act, but I'm just thankful. I rolled by some stuff. I saw a car that was on fire upside down. And I realized my truck was right side up. I ain't taking nothing against or speaking evil against that person, but I'm just saying I'm thankful. And that wasn't me. Amen. To God be the glory. Amen. We truly do thank God for another day of life, health, and strength. We thank God for the elder of this house. And thank God for Minister Cohen, Evangelist Curtis. And thank God for my three faithful deacons. Amen. Thank God for the missionaries. Thank God for the mother of this church. Amen. Girl, I got that purple on today. Amen. That royalty on today. Amen. Say, look out. Amen. And thank God, amen, for Lady C. Y'all just don't know. She been pushing. When she don't want to sing, something wrong. Because I had to mute her at the house. Go in the room somewhere. I'm trying to watch TV. Here you go with all this music. Go on now. So if she don't want to sing, I know something ain't right. That pneumonia thing is leaving. I mean, she ain't contagious. I wouldn't have brought her out today if she was contagious. But she's still weak in her body. So, amen. We've been battling for a week. It took me about 2 weeks. So I told her, I said, I know what you're going through because I had. But one thing about it, I didn't miss a Sunday. Amen. I kept pressing. Because I looked at it like this. I'm going to be sick at the house. I'm going to be sick at church. I might as well go and just by happenstance, I may mess around and touch the hem of his garment or something. I mess around and be made whole before so amen. If she was contagious, I'd have told her to stay to the house. But today she will come get, amen, come get this healing. The healing that the medicine ain't going to give you. The healing that only God can give you. Thank God for my walking miracle. Amen, Sister Connie, we already know. I don't try to single you out, but you already know. You my miracle, you my example. I'm always looking for one example. There's a lot of us that have gone through something. But I keep seeing her go through, and God keep pulling her out. That song say it was you that was pulling me through. I don't take away from what you may be going through and you may be going through, but I only, for some reason, God just keep me focused on what she go through. She made me a promise last week. She said, I'm coming to church. She kept a promise, amen. So thank God, amen, for the truth that's in her. Amen. Thank God for each and every one of you. Amen. To my friend, Tony. Amen. Good to see you, man. Amen. Good to see you. It's good to see somebody that knows you. You know, not that I heard of you, but somebody that knows you. Amen. Thank God for him. Amen. And thank God for your fiance. I'm going to speak. Now, don't try to correct me. I'm going to speak it now. Your fiance. Amen. And okay. And kids. Amen. God bless y'all. Amen. Amen. One thing y'all got to do, and Nolan will tell you, y'all got to pray for me because I'm not normal. Amen. Amen. I'm a little different. They already told me I don't preach like a man's supposed to preach, and I don't look like a preacher. So I'm already different, so y'all might as well accept it. Amen. I don't hoop and holler. I guess that would make a man hoop and holler, but I love my throat. Somebody say he loves his throat. You ain't finna have me over at Shan where my boys go. Just so you can turn them bitch over? No. Is the word gonna say okay? I ain't finna push and prime you like that. Amen. But today, amen, I just want to talk for, I say a few minutes. Y'all know preachers, we be lying when we say that. I'm going to preach for a few minutes. Yeah, that few minutes turn into 3 hours. He said a few minutes. A few minutes mean about 15. And I've learned, don't put yourself on the timer. Y'all give me about 15. And you count down, give me about 2 minutes. That was 3 hours ago. You're talking about getting 2 more minutes. So just for a little while, hopefully I can make sense to somebody what God was sharing with me. It's one of those messages, I'm going to tell you, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 things up here laid out. And I'm going to try to make sense of it. Ain't none of this put together. But I'm going to try to make sense because God had my mind just wondering. And I got this message from, what was it, Thursday? Thursday. I came home. She called me and said that she had a headache. And she was dizzy, I think. Headache and dizzy. And I said, all right, I'm finna come. You know, that job had to be put on pause. All right. All right. Amen. Listen, I love my job, but I gotta go. Yeah. We can talk about it later, but I gotta go. Amen. All right. So I went home and I took her to the hospital and we didn't even make it in the ER. I said, you sure you want to do this? Nah, we ain't gonna do it. The doctor, our primary doctor, called us back and said, just tell her take the medicine. She ain't let the medicine sit. He said, just take the medicine, give it a few days, and you'll get better. So that's what we did. We said, we're going to watch it and make sure. Well, me being me, I said, well, since I'm off of work, I might as well do something, right? My yard looked a mess. I got 2 disrespectful trees in the front yard. They disrespectful. I'm telling you, me and them trees, we have it out all the time. If it ain't the squirrels, because y'all already know I'm mad with the squirrels. They chewed on my wire, had my truck in the hospital. So I'm already hot with the squirrels. Every one of them I see, I run at them. They run off. So the trees out there, they wait. As soon as I walk out the door, they want to shake. And here come the leaves now. I used to take the lawnmower and run them over. But it didn't do nothing. It was still brown. I like my yard to be green. Everybody else's yard green, but my yard can't be green. So I got the rake. I said, I'm going to do it old school. I went and bought me a 25 garbage bags. And I got out there old school. You know, and my legs a little sore today. Blisters on my fingers, but the God be the God. That's that man work. I got out there in that rake. And as I began to rake, God began to just share some stuff with me. My God, my God. And so I'm going to try to share with you the best that I can. Amen. Go with me over to the book of Genesis, chapter 6. And we're going to look at verses 11 through 22. God, my tongue. Oh, yes, God. And when you get there, just signify by saying amen. Amen. Genesis chapter 6, verses 11 through 22. I'm going to try to make sense of this. Like I said, I got this from in the yard raking. My God. Thank you, Lord. So you got to be still sometime. Still as far as you still working, but I ain't in front of the TV. I'm out riding around or I'm out on the lawnmower or whatever, and God will begin to just, hey, let me talk to you for a moment. And he took me to Genesis 6 and he said, now watch this. Y'all got it? Everybody say amen? Amen. Amen. All right, right? All right. It says, verse 11, now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. Can anybody agree with me right now that the earth is corrupt and it's full of violence? We ain't got to talk about the school shootings. We ain't got to talk about what's going on in our neighborhoods, in the hood. You know, we ain't got to talk about that, the poison that we giving out. You know, they got this little stuff they trying to give to the officers. It's like to me, they promoting you getting high. They got the opioid, whatever. If you high on it, they can give you this. Don't give me something. That's just like giving a young lady birth control. If you're going to give her birth control, sometimes you may be encouraging her to. Come on. Okay. See? We know. Crickets. Okay. But verse 2, verse 12, it says, God saw how corrupt the earth had become For all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. They corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, where it said, Noah, I want you to put your name there. So God said to you, I am going to put an end to all people. For the earth is filled with violence because of them. Notice it didn't say because of you, but it says because of them. There's a difference between you and them. Tell your neighbor, you are you, and they are they. All right, amen. We almost there, amen. It says in verse 13, so God said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to their ways for them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. Verse 14, so make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. Amen. That's that key thing. This is how you're supposed to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. My God. I am going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens. Every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish. But, somebody shout, but I will establish my covenant with you, point at yourself. And you will enter the ark, you and your sons, and your wife or your husband, and your sons' wives, and with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. This is the key, verse 22. Noah did everything, somebody shout everything, just as God commanded him. If I can use just for a subject, just for a moment or two, don't just stand there, hand me a nail. Don't just stand there, hand me a nail. Now we're at a time where we see this man Noah. Noah, God said he was a righteous man. Come on, Pastor. We also know that Noah also liked to drink a little bit. Y'all know that, right? Okay. But God called him a righteous man. And so he told Noah, he said, the earth, it got violence and the people have corrupted the way. I told them to go left and they went right. So now they're out of my sight. He said, now I'm going to destroy them. But I'm not going to destroy you. He said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take your sons, your wives, their wives or whatever, and I want you to build this ark. This ark is this safety, right? Anybody safe in his arms? He said, I want you to understand, I'm putting you in my arms, but I need you to build something. And so as he sat there, and I can imagine, it took him, the Bible says it took him about 120 years or so to build the ark. And I can imagine that there were folks that were looking around like, what is this fool doing? Because at this time it had not rained on the earth. Now imagine, Cousin Vitaris, imagine I'm out building a boat and ain't no water. You're going to look at me like this boy here done lost it. And this boat ain't no little small, little dingy boat, but it got a lower, a middle, and a top deck. I know we got Missionary Grace. She just got off the cruise ship this morning. It's one of them cruise ships he's telling him to build. Now imagine and tell me the truth. Y'all yelling back at me. Wouldn't y'all look at me strange if y'all saw that? It's dry. What this boy out here doing? But Noah, they say he was a righteous man, right? So in other words, this man knew something was going on. If they would have followed the example, they would have found out what was going on. But see, the problem is a lot of times we ain't hungry like we should be. We don't get hungry and chase after what's going on. Let me find out. Sometimes you got to get nosy in the body of Christ. How you getting blessed like that? Well, what's going on? Because it's a famine, but you got all this wood and stuff. Ain't no money being made. How you getting all this wood and stuff? I want to know because my house falling apart. Where you get all this wood from? You got to get nosy, right? And so here he is years for 120 years building. And they looking at him, laughing at him. Look at this fool here. But there came a day when God said, I'm about to bring the flood upon the earth. And everybody that's not connected to you. He said, I'm going to kill them and I'm going to wash away the earth. There's a day that's coming, saints of God. That's what he's talking about. You that know of the saints of God. There's a day that's coming, and it ain't going to be that long. But there's a flood that's coming. It may not be the flood of the earth no more, because he said in his word, he promised by the rainbow, I won't flood the earth no more. But there's a flood in the spirit that's about to come. And when it comes, some things that are not like God and not connected to you, it will surely be blown away. What the song say? There's a storm out on the ocean, and it's moving this way. What it say? If your soul is not anchored in Jesus, you will surely be. But the question is, how many of you would have stood there and watched this man? He said, don't just stand there. Hand me another nail. So when the flood was upon them, it's too late now. The first drop of rain, they was like, what in the world is this? They still didn't think nothing of it. But he was still out there. I got to get it right. Because my time is almost up here. I got to get it right. I'm building something. And what I'm building, God has promised me that it will save me. You can stand back and look at me crazy all you want. It don't take all that. Yes, it will take that and some more. You know, it's just like your praise. I'm building my praise up. That's why it says your mess. It says your mess will turn into your message. Your test will turn into your testimony. I even like to say your less, L-E-S-S, will turn into your lesson. But here he is, he's building the ark, and ain't nobody lift a hand at all. But as soon as the flood came, I guarantee you somebody was saying, save me, and he done shut the door. Ain't nothing I can do for you now. So guess what? I look at it and I say, here at the church, we're in the same position. We're building something. God has told us, he said, I'm coming back for a church without spots or wrinkles. And he's saying, you better get yourself right, because time is surely winding up. If you ain't saved, you better get in a hurry and get saved. If you don't know me, you better get to know me. If you don't have a relationship with me, you better get a relationship with me. If you don't trust me, you better learn to trust me, because there's something that's coming. And so here he is, he's building the ark, and then when you look there, it says that there were all kinds of rooms in it. He was given a task. The task was keep everything that's in there alive, right? In other words, guess what? Everybody that come to church, we ain't supposed to kill them. 2 of 2 coming in. They may come in, like we say, broke, busted, and disgusted. It's not our job to kill them. But it's our job to say, come on, get on the ark, because there's room on the ark. Amen. And here he is. It says Noah did everything just as God commanded him. But when I took y'all there, and I'm taking my time for a reason. Once Noah listened to God and he built the ark, the people looked at him.